Olá, amigos do blog Degustando Charutos. Estamos aqui com o nosso amigo Juan Lopes da Gurkha Cigars, vice-presidente da marca. E hoje vamos falar, hoje vai ser um vídeo muito bacana, muito especial, uma entrevista internacional. A gente falar um pouquinho da marca que já vai fazer um tempo que está oficialmente no Brasil e vai ser um sucesso. Não saiam daí. Vou fazer entrevista em inglês para ficar mais fácil para o nosso amigo aqui e vamos colocar aqui embaixo a tradução. Juan Lopes, thank you very much for that.
Thomas. Well, that's right. Coronavirus, everybody.
We need to take care of each other, guys.
Thanks for having me, my friend.
Thank you very much for being here in Brazil in such a weird times in the world, right?
Absolutely.
And there's no way better to start this interview smoking this beautiful Gurkha.
Absolutely,
right?
sir.
What are you smoking?
I'm smoking our best-selling cigar right now in the United States and the world. It's our 15-year-old Cellar Reserve.
So the 15 is the one that you guys most sell?
That is our number one selling cigar. Absolutely. We sell so between the full line of Cellar Reserves, which you got the 12-year, which you're about to smoke, the 15 Limitada, which is the Brazilian Arapiraca, the 18, which is the Corojo, and then the 21-year, which is the Connecticut Seed Ecuador, is a milder one.
Yeah.
We make approximately about 1.4 million cigars between all those brands, and this one being the best-selling one at about 600, 700,000.
That's a lot. 1.4 million cigars, guys.
Yeah.
1.4 milhões de charutos.
That's
awesome.
in five lines, really.
Five lines.
Uh-huh.
So you guys think it's better to do smaller varieties, but to work on the cigars to keep them better and better.
Absolutely. I mean, like anything else. I mean, when you're a family-owned operation, you always try to take care of the tobacco. Try to, because if your name's on the label, and that's what you're selling, you're going out there. It's what represents you and your company. You want to make sure that it's the best product possible. You don't want like I go around saying this all the time in America is some of the bigger companies, they roll cigars like Italians make sausages, right? That's what they're known for.
Yep.
So
quantity, not quality.
Correct. So in our case, we're more in the quality sector. We want to make sure that your smoking experience is going to be a great smoking experience, and going back to also our packaging, how we package our product as well. We want to make sure it's higher end, something beautiful.
Take a look, guys.
Just like that.
This is an amazing package.
Thank you.
This is an amazing package because it's a premium product. If you sell premium product in a ship package, that's not going to work.
100% right.
It's not going to work.
I agree with you 100%.
And on cigars, you can't judge a cigar by the label.
Absolutely, you should.
Right?
Absolutely, you should.
You should, especially because on a wine bottle, you cannot see what is inside. You only see the label, the bottle, and on the cigar, you check out the brand here and the wrapper and all the blend that you can see that you have spots of darker leaves, clear leaves, and that's how it goes on the cigar. You know already if you're gonna enjoy or if that cigar is gonna be for your palate, and vice versa.
Absolutely,
right?
100%. Yeah, I mean for us, I mean we have right now probably a total of about 60, 70 different brands, but we focus especially in the smaller markets. Brazil, Europe, we focus mainly on our core brands. So our core brands, for example, you're talking, the Cellar Reserve, the Ghost, which is actually coming to Brazil here in the next month or so. The Legend 1959, that's going to be coming here as well. It's very popular in Europe because of the price point. And so we try to focus on that. And then what's funny is that every time we're doing events here for the last 5 days, and I've noticed that you guys had no idea what infused cigars were.
Yep.
So as we're telling our story on the Gurkha, and I'm telling the customers, how Gurkha got started, and we'll get into that. And I open up one of the cigars and I pass it around the room, and everybody's like, "Whoa!" And every event, and we've done 3 events now, or 4 events. it's literally sold out of the infused stuff that no one has really ever touched. And the same thing happened in Germany. Oh, the Germans don't smoke infused. They tried it. We sell a ton of it. So we have a bourbon infused, a cognac infused, and we have a rum infused.
Awesome.
And as we speak, I'm working on a vodka, a plum flavored vodka infused for the ladies, more for the ladies, you know, so like a petite Corona size.
Awesome.
So you know, when the ladies are drinking their martinis or they're drinking their vodka tonics, they could pair that with a nice little quick smoke.
They just want to puff something nice.
Absolutely.
They don't want to have a huge cigar, something harsh, something rustic, or too much chocolate, too much tobacco, too much leather.
Yep,
they just want to. My girlfriend, she likes to smoke lighter and small cigars.
That's it.
Because she likes to be with me. Because she knows that if I go out to smoke cigars alone,
coming with you. Oh yeah, she won't see you for a minute. When she
will lose me for at least 5 hours.
Exactly.
So a smart woman is that one that smokes with your man, right?
100% agree with you. My girlfriend smokes with me as well, and she smokes regular sizes. But she's been in the cigar industry, so it's a little bit different. But I agree.
Easier.
A lot easier.
Do you hide the good stuff from her, or she knows where all your cigars are?
So no, she knows where they are.
She has access for those, or you lock them?
No, she has access, but she also knows when her family comes into town to make sure, to hide the good stuff. You know, so obviously I work for Gurkha. My stuff is really good. So I keep a good stock because I get a real good deal on it.
Yeah, of course. And you have the cousins box.
Exactly. The cousins come in. Here your quorums. Here your Perla Mahar. You know, they're not bad cigars, but they're not Gurkha.
Yep.
So, but yeah, then I'll tease them. I'll give them one or two, and then I'll give them as many as they want of something else. Because in our industry, everybody knows everybody. So, I mean, I could call George Padron. Hey, George, I need a box, and he'll never charge you for a box. Same thing if I go to Ernie Carrillo, EPC Carrillo, they'll give me a box. Same with us. I mean, they call us all the time. Hey, can you guys throw in a humidor or a cigar with the humidor for our school function for a raffle?
And this is a Latino thing, especially when you flew from Cuba and all the Cuban Americans get together and they became like Masons.
With
their own thing, with their own thing, with the cigars, with the barbecues, and with their
cigar, barbecue, dominoes, scotch. We love scotch. We love to drink scotch. We like the young generation, like me. I'm not that young, but 45 to 50. We're the Scotch guys. The older guards are the rum guys. Big rum guys, because Cuba actually had the best rum in the world.
I'm a big rum guy.
Are you?
Yeah.
I dabble into rum, but I prefer. I'm more of a Macallan, Johnny, Balvenie, Glenfiddich. You name the Scotch, I like it.
But let me tell you this: of Cuban cigars,
yes, sir.
I like to, but I prefer Scotch. Single malts.
Okay. Yeah.
Cognac.
Yeah.
Because on the aroma pattern,
yes, sir,
they're drier than the Cubans that I smoke. The Cubans that I smoke, they're more chocolate side, they're more leather side, they're more citrusness side. So I prefer the rum. And on Gurkhas, Davidoffs, Melanios, I prefer the Scotch because it's drier.
Absolutely.
Longer finish.
A lot longer finish.
finish.
You get that earthy,
because
nutty.
They're more premium.
Absolutely.
Premium drinks, of course. And that's my personal taste.
I agree.
That's why they
have
call
a similar palate.
Personal taste, right?
That's it, personal.
So let's come back to the beginning of Gurkha. When it started, how it started. Does the people that started still on the business? Tell me a little bit of the history of the company.
So Gurkha Cigars was founded in the U.S. So the way it works, the story goes, Kazan Soria, which is the owner of the company, he's in 1989. He's on vacation in Goa, India, and he runs into a small. It's a beach town, so he runs into a small little store that said Gurkha Tobacco Merchants.
And Goa. It's a speaking language island.
Correct. So what's crazy about it is
Portuguese.
That's what I was going to say. What's crazy about it? You have Portuguese guys rolling cigars. So they're rolling cigars. He starts doing his research on the history of the Gurkha soldiers, and the whole Gurkha. And he literally goes into the store and tells the owner, "I would like to purchase every single inventory you have here of your cigars. Plus, I want to take and purchase your company and the trademark for Gurkha, the name Gurkha, worldwide. And he offered the guy $149. And I'm happy to say that, as a family-owned operation, we're a $25 to $30 million company now. And what separates, I think Kaizad from a lot of different other manufacturers, he doesn't have the pedigree of being a Cuban guy or a Dominican guy. He's a businessman first. He's a packaging creator first, as you can tell in our bands and in our product.
Orange is Pakistan and
No, he's Indian. Indian, yeah,
okay.
Indian Farsi. They're very old religion. So he's not like a Patel kind of Indian. He's more a little bit of, they call him a little higher end kind of Indian. And his family comes from the watch business. Thus when you see boxes of some Gurkhas, it reminds you of a Rolex box or a Breitling or whatever box. So he's big on the jewelry side on that sector. So he brings his ideas to the table. In 1989, he goes and talks to the Toraño family, which I worked for 13 years.
Artur Toraño.
Yes, and he's the one that's here.
Yeah.
Back in Miami and Dominican and Nicaragua, it was Carlos Toraño. And Carlos Toraño and Charlie Toraño ran the company. So Kaizad went to them and said, I want you guys to make a cigar for me. So started making cigars for Kaizad, and then he has this genius idea of infusing a cigar. So he said, he's a cognac drinker, so he put a full shot of cognac into the cigar. Puts it in a tube, puts the wax on it, goes around the state of Florida, sees about 50, so starts selling it first to the duty-free stores. That did pretty well for him in 3-packs, 5-packs, whatnot. Then he says, I'm gonna go to the retail side. That's where the big money is, more volume. So he goes to the retail. Now mind you, at that time in 1989, the most expensive cigar was Davidoff at $7. He's going into the cigar shops with this infused cigar from the Dominican Republic with a full shot of cognac at $12. So he's ballsy.
but he's adding value. He's putting something that's not cheap.
Correct. Nothing's cheap. Nothing's cheap.
A real good cognac is expensive.
Absolutely. So he puts 50 stores in Florida on consignment. They go, you're crazy. This is never going to sell. $12. You're twice plus more than Davidoff.
1999?
No, $12.
But
in the year 1989. 1989. Yeah, this is before the boom. And
$12 could be like $30 today, $35.
That's about $30, $35, correct.
Expensive, huh?
Yes, sir. So it's crazy. So he goes out. He puts all these stores on consignment, and literally a month later, all these guys are calling him back for more cigars. And now
that's the difference about price and value.
Absolutely. So and it's funny because one of the things that I like to always preach is, it takes the same effort to sell a $10 cigar as it does a $5 cigar.
Of course.
But in a $5 cigar, you're making $2.50, and a $10 you're making $5. So it's the same exact effort. Obviously, the $10 should be better, better product, better premium, better tobacco. Supposed to. Not, it doesn't always happen, but was supposed to. And so he started that, and then little by little he started climbing, the ladder, and then the boom hits, and he's killing it with the boom. 94, 95, 96 hits, and that's when I got into the business in 95, and it was really easy to sell cigars. I mean, literally you call on the phone, and people are begging you, please, man, send me more. They couldn't keep it on the shelves, and it was pretty crazy. So then he starts going into the theory. His mentality is, not only are we the world's finest cigars, we're the Rolls Royce of cigars. So he comes out with this product called the Beauty and the Beast. So now the Beauty comes in this beautiful black lacquer piano finish box, a frosted tube, a beautiful gold top on it, and retails. When everybody's retailing at that time at $10, $9, retails are $35. First 200,000 cigars he sells out in less than 6 months, because people were buying what? The look, the packaging, just
the
different. The luxury, exactly. People, you want to show off the beautiful band, that frosted tube. So he did really well with that. And then he went to the Beast, which is a little more fuller body, not as pretty because it didn't have the tubo, but it sold well as well. And then from there, he started realizing that if you want to become a big brand or a bigger brand and really make money in the industry, it's not just about margins. Yeah. It's about providing the retailer and the consumer different flavor profiles at an affordable price. That's the only way you can really start educating the customer on your tobacco. So started coming out, he came out with, he did a pre-embargo. So he bought pre-embargo tobacco, rolled it in the Dominican Republic. Mind you, the pre-embargo, for it to qualify, and we'll go back to this on the cellar reserves, it's one leaf. One leaf. It's all you have to put inside the cigar to qualify as a pre-embargo cigar. And he was selling those for $100. And he sold out.
Of course.
Excuse
people
me.
are curious.
Absolutely, people want to try it.
things.
Absolutely, and again, there's only so much pre-embargo tobacco out there. So ran out of that, moved on to the next thing. Then, so we went from there. We started going into the Cellar Reserve line. So when I got to the company 10 years ago, I've known Kaiser for 20 some odd years now. He's a dear friend, and not only is he my boss, but he's I consider family. And I told him, listen, man, you know what we need to do here is, I know we're the Rolls Royce, but people don't smoke boxes, they smoke cigars. So we came out with the 15-year, the one that I'm smoking right here. And made a home run right away. As soon as we came out with a cigar, we made all our retailers sign a contract that if they do have a presence online and they put it online at more of a discount than a 10%, which is what normally the stores give you when you buy a box in the US, anywhere from 10 to 15%, we weren't going to ship you. That's the bottom line, and you have to sign off on it. So in that way, we started protecting the brand, make sure the brand wasn't being hoarded out on the internet. And it's funny how it just took off in the sense of we went from 600-700 stores to 1,800 stores wanting and carrying the product. And we said, let's do something a little bit different. Let's do the Maduro. So I'm a huge fan of Brazilian Aripiraca wrapper. I love the sweetness to it.
Do you like the Matafina also?
I'm not a big fan of Matafina because it's a little bit drier for your palate. For me, I like the reason I like.
That's why they're good for blending.
Correct. I was going to say that's why they're good for filler. And not as much for the wrapper, because the wrapper's not that pretty. When you look at that, if you look at our,
it's very rustic. If you get a Brazilian cigar,
correct.
And I do this all the time with my dear American friends in the United States. I take Brazilian cigars for them, and they ask me, "Is this cigar doesn't have a wrapper?" Because they think
it's binder.
They think it's a binder, but I tell them all the time, this is not a binder. This is the way it is.
Right.
The Matafina. That's how they behave. That's how they behave. It's a different type of leaf. So you cannot judge by the binder if the cigar is going to be tasty or not.
Absolutely.
You can judge it's beautiful if it's well done. You can judge that, but you cannot judge the taste.
Absolutely. I'm with you 100%. I mean, just look. I'm going to get into the camera a little bit. I mean, look at that wrapper. That's the Aripiraca. Look how beautiful that wrapper is. I think it's one of the nicest wrappers.
Binder, it's Brazilian, and this one, what is it?
That's a Ecuadorian Habano. It's a Cuban seed grown in Ecuador.
Ecuador Habano.
And this is a 98 Dominican Criollo.
This is the 98 Criollo, Cuban Criollo. It was the tobacco that Alejandro Robana most liked it, and he was the master on that thing. So when the Cuban government changed for the Habanos 2000, he was like, okay, I'm done doing cigars. Because the taste, it was so different. And I have some Criollo 98 in my home from Robina that they're smoking still beautifully.
Amazing.
Beautifully.
And on that kind of wrapper too, man, the longer you age that, the better it gets.
It is.
That kind of Criollo is, to me, is amazing. And I'm a big fan. Again, going back to the Aripiraca, I just always loved the brand, always loved it. I'm also a big fan, and when it comes to Maduro, I love the San Andres from Mexico, the Turan family. They do a great job growing that tobacco, and we use that in a few of our lines. And actually, one of the lines that we're introducing here in Brazil, the Ghost, which is our second best-selling cigar in the U.S., also has the Aripiraca wrapper on it, but a little bit bolder, a little more flavor than the 15. It's a little bit stronger, a little more punch to it. Correct.
Cool. So we're going to do a little cut now, and we're going to come back with the lines and explain a little bit more of the shapes and the blends. So don't leave us.
So we are back with one to tell you guys a little bit of the cigars from Gurkha that are coming to Brazil officially, and let's talk about those cellar reserves that I pretty much loved it.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I'm smoking the 12, so it means it's aged 12 years. What is aged 12 years? Tell me.
That's the question that I get asked when I do in my travels the most. So, for a cigar to qualify as a aged cigar, right? So 18, 12, 21, all it needs is one component of the cigar for it to be considered 15 year, 12 year, 18 year.
One part.
One part. So for example, on that cigar right there, the binder is 12-year binder. On the 15
From
year,
where?
From the binders from Nicaragua.
From Nicaragua. Do you know
So,
where? Jalapa,
It's like Condega.
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 Okay, perfect.
So then you got
Just testing your.
yeah, my knowledge. All right. So I got the 15 year is actually a 15-year-old aged wrapper
Wrapper.
from it's a Criollo 98.
Nice.
So when we found this wrapper with the Cuevas family, we loaded up. We bought almost 500,000 pounds of wrapper just to make sure that we have it sitting there. And every time something comes to the market, we snatch it. And every year, now this is the 10th year we've had this cigar. And like I said earlier, it's our #1 selling cigar in the world, actually. So if you haven't had it, highly recommend the 15-year white label. It's amazing. Then we got the 15-year Limitada. So the Limitada, reason it's called Limitada, we only ship 3 to 4 times a year. The wrapper on this is a beautiful Aripiraca wrapper from Brazil, and same exact blend. On this one, you got the filler, 15-year-old filler.
Okay, so you have two parts of the
So
cigar.
you got correct, and then but the wrapper is only 3 to 5 years old.
Okay.
Okay, because there's no way you can find Aripiraca wrapper that's 15 years old.
With that quality,
Exactly,
of
with
course.
quality. Because again, when you go back.
Waiting for you to buy.
Well, because when you go back to that, you have to remember if you're going to put 15-year-old tobacco on everything, it'll become a $150 cigar. That's just the reality.
I know a guy that I can introduce you that has a lot of aged tobacco wrappers from Bahia. So we can do
A barter system.
We can do a Tom
I'll-
Zimmer line with some aged tobaccos. I wouldn't mind. I
I'm
give
good.
you all the rights.
I'm good with that.
I just want to smoke good cigars.
I'm good with that. So yeah, going back to what we were talking about the cellar, then we also have the 18-year, which the wrapper is a Criollo wrapper with all Dominican as well. Great smoke. One of my personal favorites. The filler on that and the binder on that is 18-year-old tobacco. And then, like the 12, I can tell you, 12, the wrapper's a 12-year-old Habano, Ecuadorian Habano, purchased from the ASP family, the Perez family.
Awesome.
And I love that cigar. That wrapper's beautiful. It's one of the ones that I worked in Nicaragua in conjunction with American Caribbean Cigars, which is our partner in Nicaragua, making cigars with us.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's huge. And then now, also coming here in the next few months, you got the Ghost that I talked about. That's our second best-selling cigar line in the U.S. That's coming here in the next month and a half. The Havana Legend, same thing. It's got also made in Nicaragua. The Ghost is made in Dominican with conjunction with my good friend, dear friend, Abe Flores from PDR Cigars. And then last but not least, the infused that we talked about. We did a test run here with the infused. So the infused cigars made in Nicaragua and Dominican.
People get amazed with
Man,
the
people,
infused cigars.
once they open them, they smell that cognac, they smell the rum, the bourbon. They couldn't believe it. And then not only that, we make sure that the cigar, the tobacco that we use is good quality tobacco. Because if you use crappy quality tobacco and you infuse a cigar, it's going to be harsh.
Yeah.
It's
not going to be elegant.
Correct, and the alcohol is going to take over, and you don't want that. You want the cigar to stand on its own merits.
Yeah.
That's why it's called infused. So it gets one full shot of whatever alcohol we're using on it.
Awesome. Great. So those are all the tobaccos that are coming to Brazil.
Those are the ones in Brazil, and I have to do a quick shout out to my dear friend Daniel and his whole staff. These guys have done a really incredible job. Promoting our brand. And again, first question you asked me when I met you was, what did you think of the Brazilian marketplace? I go, I was not shocked. I was more a little bit of surprise. I wasn't expecting much, but when I started traveling around for the last week, and I realized that in how many stores we're in, and what a following we've had in all the events that we've done. And again, I give props to Daniel and the whole group and his whole staff. They've done a hell of a job, and now I told him yesterday, I go, now you're stuck, because now you're gonna have to see me here every year. He goes, we want you here every year. And then
he can come more.
Yeah, well, I told him, we're gonna come. I'm gonna go to the beach and hang out too. Of
course.
No, because the only thing I'm doing now in Sao Paulo is gonna be, before I leave, I'm gonna have to get a magnet to put my refrigerator, because I've gone nowhere.
But you can have the stamp on a passport.
I do have the stamp on the passport. Yeah. So,
awesome.
But yeah. So it's been fantastic, and I'd like to thank the Brazilian Gurkha Nation for supporting us at all the events that we've done this week, and look forward to doing more events with you guys in the near future. And any questions you guys ever have on Gurkha, please, you can reach out to Daniel, and or you reach out to us in Miami. We're always willing to answer any question, and thank you for your support. We appreciate it.
Awesome. And just before we end this video, just to let you guys know, cigars in Brazil are not cheap.
Right.
We have a huge taxes policies that we are trying to put a little down. So if people are smoking Gurkha, they're not smoking because they wanna feel that they have money. They're smoking because they like the cigars.
And we
so this is the best way to see if the brand is doing well, if it's selling.
Absolutely.
And Brazil is a huge market to be developed. So you guys here, it's a very nice indication is that we have a big future.
Absolutely. And it's a conversation that we had again with Daniel, and I mean, we've been at it here for 3 years. It's just now starting to really take off, and I've noticed that with the conversation that we had is this territory is still a virgin territory. Now that I've been here, and a lot of my cigar friends know me because I've been doing this for 25 years, they're going to say, oh, Juani went out there, Cristina went out there with Juani, we got to go to Brazil, because there's a market.
Yeah.
And there is a market. And the thing that I do enjoy about cigars is the educational side of the cigars. It's not just meeting great people, but educating them on our product and our history. And it's been a great time. It's been a lot of fun, man. So thank you for having me, my man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming to Brazil.
You got it,
Such
man.
a rough time, and
I know.
different and difficult times.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what you say.
Especially with the stock market and with all this Corona, but I'm very happy that you guys are here. And thank you very much for your time, for this interview, and to tell us a little bit more of the Gurkha brand, the Gurkha factory, and this product that we love so much.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Appreciate you, buddy. That elbow thing.
Pessoal, encerramos aqui mais esse vídeo. Espero que tenham gostado. Não deixem de nos seguir nas nossas redes sociais, Degustando Charutos no YouTube. E não deixem de deixar o seu joinha, assinar o canal e as notificações. O meu Instagram @tzimer. Do you wanna tell them a little bit of the Instagram? You wanna?
Yes. So we have Gurkhacigars.com. You got Gurkha. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We have Twitter. I think we have about somewhere in like 85
Orkut
100,000.
and MySpace.
Or whichever. We're everywhere. Just keep smoking Gurkhas. Not just smoke one, smoke 2, 3, 4. Try different cigars, because you know what? It's the best cigar is the one you like, and I'm a true believer in that. But we definitely appreciate you guys supporting us. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Juan. Cheers.
Salud.